Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. Starting off with business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. MGM Resorts International plans to expand its footprint on the Strip, acquiring the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas through a multi-billion-dollar deal. Review Journal's James Schaefer explains. Good evening, James.
Yeah, good evening, Jen. The New York financial giant Blackstone Group announced a multi-layer deal for the 3,000-room resort on the Las Vegas Strip. Review Journal's Colton Lockhead explains how it'll work.
The deal separates the real estate of the Cosmopolitan from its resort operations, with MGM taking over the resort operations and a group of buyers purchasing the underlying real estate for approximately $4 billion. Blackstone bought the Cosmopolitan in 2014 for $1.73 billion. And the deal announced Monday marks a major return on the $500 million investment the company made into the resort for upgrading and renovating rooms, new suites, bar and restaurant offerings, and things of that nature.
Now, Jen, something to consider is MGM and Blackstone have worked together on this type of deal before. In July, Blackstone announced that it would buy the Aria and Vdara hotels and lease them back to MGM. And earlier last year, Blackstone partnered with MGM Growth Properties to buy the real estate of the MGM Grand and Mandalay Bay and lease them back to MGM Resorts. Jen?
Thanks, James. MGM executives also say this deal offers an opportunity to expand their customer base and further their vision to be the world's premier gaming entertainment company. Now to your weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 hour is here for you. We had a nice, warm weekend and Monday with sunny skies. Temps are in the 80s now, expected to cool down to the 70s overnight. Then on Tuesday, we're looking at a high of 88 and a low of 62. Highs should stay in the 80s and lows in the 60s for the rest of your work week, with the clouds peaking out on Wednesday. That's before things heat back up. In more top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. A gaming giant has concerns with the Tropicana and I-15 revamp. The $305 million project is aimed at smoothing traffic funneled to the south end of the Strip, T-Mobile Arena, and Allegiant Stadium. However, Station Casino says the revamp could constrict how its future customers get in and out of its long-planned Viva Resort project. Governor Sisolak has requested station casinos and transportation officials to meet and resolve those concerns. Plus, Las Vegas Mayor Carolyn Goodman says she'd welcome the 2024 Republican National Convention if organizers end up choosing Las Vegas. The Republican National Committee is asking Las Vegas and other cities if they'd be interested in hosting the three-day convention.
A boost to the local economy. You get all sorts of people visiting your city. It's on the national spotlight for an entire week or 2 weeks, depending on if both conventions come or not. So there's no way any local leader would not want a political convention in their particular town.
While Goodman is the mayor of Las Vegas, the convention will most likely be held on the Las Vegas Strip, which is outside city limits. And new data shows fewer Native American students enrolling in Nevada colleges. All 7 colleges reported declines between 6% and 34% since 2017. Students and teachers say that's because of distrust and feeling unwelcome. One alumna says schools must work really hard to show Native students they want them there. In health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, love your smile again. COVID deaths in Nevada remain high, even as new cases recede. The death toll has now surpassed 7,000. Health officials note a majority are unvaccinated, although breakthrough cases are trending higher. And beginning Tuesday, the Southern Nevada Health District will begin offering Pfizer COVID booster shots to eligible people. The CDC recommends seniors, those with underlying conditions, are at risk for COVID exposure. In entertainment, sponsored by DiscoverNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. House of Blues Las Vegas is welcoming back David Lee Roth. Van Halen's frontman will perform New Year's Eve through January, performing hits like Jump and California Girls. Tickets go on sale October 2nd. And look at Steve WYNN venturing back into the public eye, lighting the Al Davis Memorial torch before Sunday's Raiders game. The ex-casino mogul attended with his wife. This is his first public event in Vegas since he left his company, WYNN Resorts.
Now to your sports update, sponsored by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $500 when you sign up. There were a few standout performances from the Raiders' Sunday night overtime win against the Dolphins, including that of running back Peyton Barber. The 6-year back was signed to the Silver and Black less than 25 days ago, but has made an immediate impact, rushing 23 times for a career-high 111 yards and a touchdown in the team's 31-28 victory. While Barber has stepped up, the team is hopeful a key star in their run game will return soon.
Josh Jacobs, I met with Josh this morning, and we're going to see how he feels on the practice field this week. Not making any predictions, but we're hopeful that we can get him back on the grass at some point this week.
Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoky and Cigar Shop. The Raiders are arguably the NFL's biggest surprise at 3-0, but Las Vegas odds makers would still be shocked if they win the AFC West. At BetMGM, the Raiders remain plus 550 long shots to win the division. After opening the season at 18-1, the 1-2 Chiefs are still the minus 125 favorites to win their 6th straight AFC West title, while the unbeaten Broncos are the plus 350 second choice, and the Chargers are the plus 475 third pick.
Now to your lifestyle news. Speaking of the Raiders, Las Vegas flexes its sports muscles, hosting 4 pro events. Sunday marks the first time the Raiders, Knights, and Aviators played on the same day with fans in the stands. An estimated 43,000 also watched the NASCAR race. And see these volunteers rolling up their sleeves and cleaning up a local park, all to honor Nevada Public Lands Day on Saturday.
And we can't take these spaces for granted, so I want to echo what Assemblywoman said today about stewardship, right? So we have to take care of these places. And we did organize the cleanup today. I didn't know the number we had, so 83, that's fantastic.
Volunteers picked up about 150 pounds of trash. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the Review Journal's YouTube channel for more great content. Watch Las Vegas Breaking News streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here for more 7 at 7 tomorrow. Good night.
Review Journal Studio sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.